Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this video, we are going to build a responsive personal portfolio website using only HTML and CSS. This project is specially designed to help beginners to understand modern CSS concepts like flexbox, animations, hover effects, and glass morphism card designs. Okay, so by this video, you will be able to create a professional looking portfolio website like this. Okay, so that works on both desktop and mobile screens. So first, let me show you this final output. This is the output. Okay, so you understand that we are building today. So this thing we are building today. So, okay, these gradient color styling background and these animated boxes we are going to build today. Okay, so let us start. Before writing any code, it's important to organize our project properly. Here I'm going to create a main folder called advanced portfolio. Okay, let us create the main folder advanced portfolio. Okay, so this is advanced portfolio. So inside this folder, we will have two files. One is index.html and another one is style.css. Style.css. Okay. So index.html, we are going to write HTML code, and CSS makes our code clean, readable, and easy to maintain. So this is the same structure followed in the real world project also. So create the files likely index.html and style.css. So let us add first index.html. So let's start with the HTML file. Every HTML page begins with the doc type declaration. So here we are going to create the HTML file, the basic boilerplate code. So this is boilerplate code. Here I'm going to create the title is portfolio. Portfolio. Okay. So inside body we are going to add the sections one by one. So inside add section we add the character encoding. This is and viewport meta tag, so which is very important for responsive design. This is responsive design purpose we are using, and the link of our css file we are going to add here. So for that, syntax is link href style.css, and relation also we are going to mention relation style sheet. Okay, so this we are going to close the style sheet. Okay, so the viewport tag ensures that our website scales correctly on the mobile devices also. Okay, so next let's create the header section here. Okay, so header section we are going to create now. So inside body, uh, we are going to create the header usually contains branding like your name or logo. So here I'm using a tag simple header tag. Okay, so in this header tag we are going to write h1 for a brand name. Okay, so inside this header we are using h1 for the brand name. Okay, so later we will add styling and animation to this section using css. Using semantic tags like header improves the readability and seo also. Okay, here h1 we are going to create the class brand. Okay, so the name I'm going to give my name. Okay, Shweta, this is my profile, I'm going to give the name of this H1 text, which should look good font or bigger font. So for that reason I'm using heading section, so the brand name. Okay, so next we are going to create the hero section. Okay, so let us start with the hero section once completing header. So now we are going to create the hero section. So let's build a hero section. Here hero section is the first thing users see, so it should clearly describe who you are. Okay, so I'm using heading to describe my role and a paragraph for a short tagline. Okay, we will focus on typography, spacing, and alignment to make this section visually appealing. Okay, so now we are going to create hero section. So just I'm write it in comment line for your understanding. Okay, so what it will do hero section? So it will define or describe so my role and paragraph in the short line. Okay, so it will focus on typography, spacing, alignment makes this section appealing. Okay, so HTML combined with the proper CSS can create the strong visual impact. Okay, so let us create the hero section now. So in hero section, just I'm going to create the section class. So the name is hero. I'm going to give hero. Okay, so inside this section we are going to create one statement h2. So creative, so it is creative front end developer. So here we are describing ourselves, so it is a we are creative front end developer. So next in a paragraph we describe elaborate ourselves. We are going to do what? We are building, so we are building beautiful and responsive, beautiful and responsive websites. Okay, so this is the hero section we are using. Okay, so next for this section we are going to add styling part. Okay, I am going to define universal styling for everything first. So in universal styling, margin is 0. Okay, so next padding also 0. Starting it should be 0. Okay, so box sizing is border box. Okay, so next font family. Okay, I'm going to take some font family here. Just close this one. It's already closed. So next I'm going to define body part. So in body, minimum height, I'm going to choose minimum height 100 VH. Okay, so next I'm going to take background. So background, so we'll give the linear gradient color. Okay, linear gradient color for the background, what I showed in the starting. So that is having the linear gradient color. Here I am using 135 degree, and here I am using as 6C 6-3, that is blue purple, sorry, bluish color, right? So blue purple combination we are need. So for that reason I am going to give these color codes. If you want some other color codes you can use. Okay, this combination looks good, so for that reason I am using this one, green and purple color combination. So, and color of the text, whatever we are displaying, should be white color. Okay. So next one is text align should be center. In body, text align should be center. So this I am going to use body part. So next is header we have defined, right? So in header part, I am going to define the padding 30 px and animation fade down. So once again, EASE is okay. Now I'm saving. Just will open the index.html. We'll run this one, then you will start debugging. Now we'll get the output of this one. See, now we are getting the background color. The background color is what? Purple and green color combination. So the heading, hero section heading, what I have header we have given name, and the next section we are giving creative front-end developer and building beautiful and responsive websites is looking like this. Okay. So next we'll move on to the card layouts. Okay. So let us start with the card layouts. So we added hero section here. So next we'll add one more section. Okay, so the section class is equal to cards. Okay, in this card section I'm using division. Class is equal to card. Okay, I'm going to close this one. So inside I'm going to write in H3 about me. Okay, I'm writing here about myself and I'm using in a paragraph. Passionate about clean UI and smooth UX. We are building here. Okay, so division close. So in this division, I'm going to write few more divisions. Okay, so one more division I'm going to write here. Okay, so inside this division, class is equal to card. Okay, here I'm going to division H3. So H3 I'm going to write my skills. Okay, so in a paragraph I'm going to define HTML, CSS, responsive design. So 1, 2, and 3. So 3 content I'm having. Okay. So responsive division. This is one division. Refresh. See. Now you can see here. I didn't have styling for that, but for that reason it is coming like this. Okay. So next I'm going to add one more division. So for this division I'm going to write class is equal to same card design we are using. So next H3 projects. Okay, Next, I'm going to use portfolio. First one is two is landing pages. Now I'm going to close this division as well as section also. Okay, section is already closed. I'm going to close this one. Just refresh. Okay, now let us add styling to this part. Okay, brand hero section. So we are going to add. So this brand also we are going to add styling here. Now we have added header. So now I'm going to add this brand part. For this brand font size to rem letter spacing. So letter spacing is 2 px. Now I'll refresh. See, now it looks differently, right? So we'll add hero section. Okay, for hero section, so padding is 60 px, 20 px, and animation fade up 1.5 seconds is okay. So now I'll refresh. See, now it created the space alignment. Okay. So next I'm going to uh, hero. Okay. Here we have used H2, right? So H1, H2. For H2, I'll going to define something differently. Dot hero H2. For hero H2, font size 2.5 rem. Then I'm going to add card width. I'm going to define card width is 260 px, and I'm going to define padding 30 px. Okay, next border radius 16 px. So next we background color. So I'll define RGBA color here. I think you know what is RGBA alpha color. For transparent alpha color, we are going to define 255 to 55.15. Okay, so we'll see how it looks like this. The border is coming for the card. Okay, now we'll add one more thing, backdrop. Backdrop filter, we are adding this one. So that is blue. Sorry, it's not blue, it's blur. Blur 10 px. Okay, how it looks. So next is box box shadow I'm going to create. Box shadow 0, 10 px, 25 px, RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.2. Okay, so now I am going to give a transition for this cards. Transform 0.4 second, comma, box shadow 0.4 second. Okay, so now we'll refresh this one. See how the cards are aligning here. Okay, so I want to create a card. And one more thing for card, these are flux I want to align. For this, I'm going to display because it should arrange automatically, right? I'm going to define display flex, display flex, okay, display flex, and justify content center. So gap also we need because they are attached. Gap is 25 px. Okay. So next we'll add padding colon 50 px and 50 px and already added padding. I remove that one. 20 px. So now we'll yeah. So next flex wrap will also give flex wrap is wrap. Now we'll maximize. Okay, we'll make it horizontally arrange these things. So we are having this. Okay, wait. So here we have used card, right? So I am going to define two types of cards here. So first I'm going to create a section. Section is cards. Then inside I'm going to define card, right? So two styles I need to define here. So this is for cards. Okay. The first one is for cards. So next I'm going to add card. This is cards. Flex wrap. I'm going to close. Wait. Now dot card. Now page will looks. So now you can see what I did mistake here is I have defined here cards. So these cards apply for all complete section. And card design applied for each card. Okay, so this cards display flex, then justify center, gap is 25 px, padding and margin. Next is card. Okay, so now we have created. Next, I want to give animation for these cards. So what I have to give for this one card pseudo classes values. Which pseudo class we have to use? Over. If I hover over it, so it is going to change. What it has to change? Transform, translate, translate y minus 15px. Okay, and scale 1.05. Okay, so next we'll give box shadow for this. Box shadow 0, 20px, 40px, RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.4. Okay, now I'll refresh by over the sections. It is going to animate. So like this, your page looks good, right? So let us add footer for this one. Footer section. We had hero section, card layout. Inside card layout, what we have did. So cards are commonly used for modern website display, right? For align cards, we will use CSS flexbox. Here we have used flexbox that we defined in CSS. Okay. Here we have used flexbox. Okay. So next, flexbox usually aligns space wrap without complex code. Okay. So notice that card automatically adjusts when screen size changes, right? If screen size changes, it will automatically adjust the cards. For that reason only we are using the flexbox. Next, this advanced card we are used for glass morphism design. This is glass morphism design, we call it as modern UI trend where elements look like processed glass, like it's look glass design. Okay, so we achieve effect using semi-transparent background colors and backdrop filter blur. So backdrop filter blur, here we have used, this is using for this glass morphism design effect. Okay, and soft box shadows also we have added here. Okay, this is the soft box shadow. You can see here the shadow coming. Okay, so this is all over this box or cards. So next is card over animation we added. So FX makes website feel alive. When I hover a card, it slightly moves up, increasing the size, right? So this is done using this transform and transition. Okay, so this transform is transition we have used here. Okay, so transition helps to smooth out animation so it doesn't feel sudden or rough. Okay, these small details greatly improve user experience. CSS animations using keyframes. So this here we have used keyframes. Okay. So animations are different from transitions. Transitions needs user interactions, but animations can run automatically. Here I am adding a fade slide effect when page loads. Okay. We define animation setup using from to. Okay. So that I'm going to um, show you here keyframes. Okay, that I'm going to hand. Before going to that one, we'll create the footer. Okay, we have created here cart. We completed the card section. So next footer will complete footer part. So then everything was completed in the HTML part. Okay, footer class is equal to footer. Next, I am going to define one paragraph. 2026. So here I'm going to write the symbol 26 Shweta. So here I'm going to use advanced advanced CSS portfolio. Okay, footer closed. Body closed, HTML closed. Now CSS is completed. See here we are getting the footer. Okay. Now add styling for this footer part. Okay. So next I'm going to add footer padding 25. Yes. Font size. Font size is 0.9 rem. We'll add padding and font size one more. Opacity. Opacity is 0.8. It is 0.8. Okay, 0.8. Now we'll completed the styling of footer. See, now it's look differently, right? So now let us add animation keyframes here. Add keyframes, keyframes, fade down, fade down from opacity colon 0 semicolon transform colon translate y of 20 px. So next to from to I'm going to define opacity colon 1 semicolon transform colon translate y of 0 semicolon. Okay, next we are going to add media query to this one. Add add media max width colon 768 px. Okay, so next dot hero h2 font font size 2 rem. Okay, so next the h2. Okay, done. So next dot card width colon 90%. So this is all complete CSS we have created. See how these things are looking, right? They are looking good. So now we have created this stylish web page with HTML and CSS, right? Now you have understood these things. Okay, CSS animations also we have completed and keyframes also we have completed. Finally, let's make the website responsive. This responsive design ensures our website looks good on mobile, tablets, desktops. Okay, right? So that I will show you how it looks on different screen sizes. Okay, you can see with the different screen sizes. So it's responsive. Okay, right? So we use media queries to change styles based on the screen width. So notice how the card width text adjust automatically on the smaller screens. With this, our advanced portfolio website is complete. As practice, try changing colors and add few more cards like this project details, multiple sections. You can create your own styling and improve the project profile, more advanced content with this. Okay, so I will show you in the next project with a multiple content, multiple portfolio project. So I will show you in the next classes. So as practice, try changing colors and more cards, add more cards and modifying animations. Thank you for watching this one and happy coding.